Hey folks, sorry I'm just a couple minutes late. Had a few things I had to take care of and did not realize that it would cut into my time for this. So we have 50 chips here, 50 names, one extra for the wrapper, although the wrapper is nothing special on this one. It's just an old 50 pennies wrapper. But we'll keep it anyway, right? Glad you guys are here. Glad you guys are here to watch. And let's get started. I'm going to put the 50 names in the bag. I'm going to put the one for the wrapper in the bag. Shake those up really good. Get on opening this roll here. Start at this end. Hey, Midnight Silver Run, Adam Chambers, Jeff Dunn, Joe McBride, Doug Reese, Levels of Madness, Farm Dog, Jessica. A lot of people in here this evening. We got 2 feature rolls for today. This is one of them. If I can ever get it open. There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. I got it started now. 1969 S. Never opened roll. We've all got our dreams set on this, right? I have never found one of the big double dies. I've found a number of the smaller double dies, and I found a number of the RPMs over time, so my luck is pretty good with these. There is also a counterclash on the reverse of 1969S for us to be looking for. Very interesting one, actually. Okay, Eddie Jams is going to get the first one. There's our flips for the occasion. Let me get my eyeballs put on so I can see what I'm doing. Doing fine, Jason Patton. How about you? Alright, let me get coin number 1 stuck underneath here for Eddie Jams. Get it focused in. Okay, this right here is machine doubling. First coin out of the roll is a normal 1969S Lincoln cent with machine doubling on the obverse. Machine doubling is flattened down. It'll involve the date and the mint mark, whereas a true hub double die will only involve the design on the coin prior to the mint mark, prior to the placement of the mint mark. The mint mark is placed in by hand into the die, so there's no way that doubling would be related between the mint mark and the date. Weren't these the ones sold on Facebook? No. Midnight Silver Run. Oh, you're talking about the places for this roll reveal? Yeah. These were sold on Facebook. You are in this roll. Let me redo my title here real quick, so I will know later what I did here. This is number 86, right? Yeah. It's number 86. This is going to be a 1969S original machine. Oops. Original machine wrapped roll. Yes, these spots were sold on Facebook. So there's Eddie's coin. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. We don't expect much of anything on the reverse except for the possibility that somewhere up in here could be a counterclash of the letters of E pluribus unum. You can't really at first tell exactly what you're looking at until it's sort of pointed out to you, but when you see it, you'll know there's something going on up there that you need to take a closer look at. I saw one of these at Brian's house last weekend. It was very nice. I have one of these. The one I have is an AU coin. Here's levels for the second coin in the roll. Levels of Madness gets a second coin in the roll. Gonna have to clean this mint mark area off just a little bit so I can see what I'm looking at. Okay, nothing on the mint mark. I just had to be able to see it a little more clearly than I was. In God we trust, clear and free of any doubling. No doubling on the reverse either. So there's that. We move on to the next coin. The double dies and repunch mint marks for 1969S are actually rather difficult to find. And while I don't necessarily plan to ever find them, I always hope to find them. Because they are really cool. Especially the big double die, right? Everybody wants one of those. That's part of why they cost so much. This roll came from a large batch of rolls held by a dealer friend of mine. Oh, wait a minute. I went through that roll and didn't pick a person. Ugh. Ron Fry. So Ron Fry for that coin. Sorry about that. Came from a batch of coins, rolls that I got, original rolls that I got from a dealer that I know in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Shannon McCord, for coin number 4 in the roll. Just a little bit of spotting on this one. Okay, nothing there. Up to coin number 5. Coin number 5 will belong to Paul Hampton. Take a look at Paul Hampton's coin here. Always looking for repunch mint marks. One of the double dies that we're looking for will actually show, this is machine doubling on top of the 9 there, but the double die will show on the upper hump of the S, or the 6, I'm sorry, the upper hump of the 6, like on the far right hand side of the 6, and on the top of the first 9. This has kind of a appearance of selective machine doubling, which that kind of happens because different parts of the design get stuck in the die and other parts don't. So it was a form of eject doubling. Nothing on the reverse. Now I'm checking these for rotation as they come off because some chance we could find die rotation. Coin number 6. Hello, Avery. Coin number 6 goes to Adam Chambers. Coin number 6 to Adam Chambers. Blues coins. Everything's with you, Blues. Okay, this one appears to be normal as well. Starting to get into that time of year in Oklahoma where if you get any winter weather, it only lasts a day or so and then it's gone. Starting to get the early blooms out. Trees are just starting to bud. And by the 1st of April, everything will look completely different than it does now. I enjoyed Oklahoma when I lived there. Alright, coin number 7, we'll go to Mike Birchman. Coin number 7 to Mike Birchman. Alright, nothing on the obverse. All of the different varieties on 1969S are somewhat tough to locate. But man, when you do, you got a good one. That's Mike Birchman. How are the coins looking? I think the coins are looking pretty good. They're a little spotty. JOB, next coin in the roll. I certainly wouldn't complain if I found a nice RPM or a double die in the condition these coins are in. Certainly wouldn't come close to complaining about that. Trying to locate some good counterclashes for us or something that has some premium value. Greetings, Mr. Fletcher. Greetings and salutations. Keep moving along here. Coin number 9. New Marshall. Let's look at the obverse first. Nothing on the obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. And nothing there either. Go with number 9 for Mr. Marshall. And number 10. Number 10 goes to Midnight Silver Run. And Midnight Silver Run gets... seeing a normal coin here, the obverse. And on the reverse. Well, I appreciate you guys coming, CMOS. Interesting going through a few rolls of coins. Never know what you might get. Could be some real good stuff here. That's coin number 10 for Midnight Silver Run. And coin number 11, Doug Reese. This one turned out a little spotty. Really nice case of machine doubling going on that one. Doesn't have much of any value, but looks pretty. This one must be at the edge of the bag because it's kind of browned. It got browned down a little bit before it went in the roll. That's coin number 11, Doug Reese. I know I have to. Been sitting around waiting on this. 69S are always fun to go through, even though they're usually disappointing. You always have that one time. There will be that one time. You know? Last time I heard of it happening was about 2014, 2015, I believe. And it happened, I think, in Michigan. Where a guy opened a roll and found a couple of them in a roll. I think it may have happened just a couple of years ago, too. Somebody found a couple of them in a roll. Yep. One more good look up here. Okay. That's Mike Birchman. And coin number 12. Let's do coin number 13. Steve A. Stevie. Yeah. Nothing on the obverse. Boy, a lot of these coins have started turning a little bit. I hope I can get you a good one, Midnight. J.O.B. Wow, there's some really spotty coins coming out of here. Not a hugely happy camper right now. This one appears to be an RPM. The upper serif looks like it was doubled. Let me get this in better focus, then I'll turn it around to the light. No. I thought it was doubled, but it... I don't know. I don't think it is now. I was looking at the shape of the slope of the outer part of this. Come on, Chuck. That's his nose. There we go. I was looking at the shape of the outer slope of the upper part of the mint mark's upper serif. I'm just thinking no. I thought I was seeing something, but I'm thinking no. See right there, it looks like it's doubled. But that's that little hit right on the very top of the mint mark. Okay, nothing on that coin. That's JLB coin number 14. Now for coin number 15. The 09 SVDBs. It's kind of hard to flood the market with something when there's only 484,000 minted. I've noticed the price is going a little soft on them just because they are a little bit more available than the market would suggest in its older prices. It's kind of like almost like the housing market did. It was a kind of a bubble that burst. And I can remember from 4 years ago to now, the value of the 69 or the 09 SVDBs went down about 15-20% in most of the upper grades, if that's what we're talking about. That's simply because of an overzealous market and overpricing. And they were overpricing them in the guides, and then the auction results started coming back, and they just weren't as popular as the price guides were making them out to be. Is that what we were talking about? Sissy. See what Sissy gets here. Now that is definitely an RPM. That is an RPM. Levels. This one belongs to Sissy, but help me out with it here. I gotta leave it sideways or we can't really see the shadowing properly on it. That is Sissy's coin. Is that number 1, number 2, or number 3? It's got to be one of the first 3. So let me go take a look here real quick. ID it before we move on. These are generally pretty valuable because they're not easy to find. This is a treat here, a 69S RPM. This looks like it's RPM number 1 or 4. Looks like 4 more than 1. Could be number 3. Hang on a second. Yeah, number 3. Yep. We're on that. Looks like number 3 should be a die chip on the lower lapel, right at the rim. Let me back out so I can see those details a little bit better. Nope, not seeing it. Must be a earlier dice date than what they've got there. I'm kind of wondering why these dice... Oh, there they are. Die scratches through the date. Okay, yep. This is definitely RPM number 3. Definitely RPM number 3. That's a very nice one, Sissy. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see what the values he has on here are. Yeah, his values are a little low for these. He's showing about $7 for this. I'd give $7 for it. These should sell for anywhere between $10 and $15 in this condition. Nice, nice coin. Now, let's get busy here. There's 16 coins down in the roll. I'd like to see at least another 25 of these. At least another 25. Alright, Midnight Silver Run. Let's see what Midnight Silver Run gets. A little secret for you. There have been times that I found RPMs in these rolls, in 1969S rolls where there's more than one different RPM in the roll. I've seen it a few times. So there could be a different RPM in this roll too. Now, you know, if it were a double die or skunk, it wouldn't be as nice as having double die or RPM or skunk. I prefer the RPM part as to skunk. It's coin number 17, comes out from Midnight Silver Run. It is a normal coin. Coin number 18. Coin number 18 for Eddie Gems. Let's see what Eddie Gems comes out with. Looks like not an RPM and not a double die obverse. Take a quick peek at the reverse. Nothing on the reverse either. Hey, Coin Junkie. And that was for Eddie Gems. Next coin will go to Adam Chambers. And Adam Chambers gets looks like it could be a nice 1969 S Lincoln Cent. And that's what it is. It could have been a swift kick in the seat of the pants, but you got a coin. That's for Adam Chambers. Coin number 20 goes Eddie Gems. Come on, RPM. Nope. I'm going to be taking another look at this roll through the big microscope later, as I'd rather know for sure that I didn't miss anything than to send it off as having missed something with no annotation. This kind of stuff does take time, though. You guys have to realize how much time is involved in each one of these roll reveals. Most of the time spent after the roll is opened, because I have to go back through every coin in the roll. That takes another 20-30 minutes at least. Then any coins that are attributable to a die variety. This is a little bit of machine doubling. Any of the coins that are attributable to a die variety, well, they have to be identified, and then I make another flip insert for those. But if we happen to be in a position where we have a coin that needs photography, that takes another 20 to 30 minutes. So each of these rolls could take me 4, 5, 6 hours to work on. And that's being conservative with my time there. It can take up to 6 or 8 hours easily because of identification of minor RPMs that are difficult to split one from the next. Paul Hampton gets the next coin. And I'm going to have to zoom in on this one. We got something funny going on down there. Mint mark area. I'm unsure of exactly what it is I'm looking at. Okay, there's machine doubling on the date. That's probably what I'm seeing on the mint mark too. Yep, that's all it is. Machine doubling on the mint mark. Matches the machine doubling on the date. Probably if I had turned it to this angle, it would have made itself readily apparent to me. Bunch of machine doubling. That's what we're seeing there. That does not continue on around the design. Levels of madness. Hey, hey, hey. Got ourselves a single example of RPM number 3 in this roll so far. Otherwise, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Next one goes to Midnight Silver Run. And Midnight Silver Run picks up this coin. This is not the RPM number 3, even though it does have die scratches running through the date. It's not the same die scratches. Nothing there. Yeah, nothing there. And that's coin number 23. Working up to coin number 24 now. I think I'll probably just skip the commercial break this time around. Came in a little bit late. Lost some time. Try to make a little bit of time back up. Shannon McCord. This one is also not an RPM. The doubling you see on the top of the mint mark is machine doubling. There's more machine doubling right there on the top of RTY. Flip this bad boy over and see what's on the reverse side. Nothing special do I see. Time to flip this when I move on. Next one goes to Sissy Atwell. What does Sissy Atwell get this time? That's the same die we just saw. Same die we just saw. This one's going to be a normal coin. It does help the idea that these are from an original bag, but it looks like the bag was not stored very well prior to wrapping it. We can't necessarily be sure that this was wrapped in 1969, but the wrapper was well wrapped, and the style of paper it was wrapped in was correct for that era. The coins have dies that are repeating one another. So it tells me that I've got an original roll here. Check something real quick just to make sure. Make sure everybody's got a name in their coin. Yes. Okay. Time to keep moving. Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton will get the next coin. What are you? Well, looks like Yar. A normal 1969 S Lincoln Cent. Yes, Sir Patrick, we've been looking for it. Haven't found it yet, but we've been looking for it. We have found one single example of RPM number 3 so far. So we do have at least a variety in this roll. Coin number 27 now. Mike Birchman. Heavy little die scratches up north of the date. Nothing running through the date. No doubling on the mint mark. Wow, there's some heavy die gouges right there. Nice markers, but for what? For nothing I see. Not on the obverse anyway. Let's take a look at the reverse and see what we get on the reverse. Nothing there. I'll tell you what, we will take a little break, but my little break is going to be something different from commercials. Hang on just a second. Now, this is my 1969S Counterclash. I want to show it to you. This one's in a holder. Can barely see a little bit of stuff going on up there, but I promise you that is bits and pieces of E pluribus unum. They're between the T and the E, around the T and the E of states, the bottom of the E of states. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get out a copy of Strike It Rich with Pocket Change here, and we will take a quick look. And if you look right there, you can see what we're looking at. When we look over here, it's just not very evident through the slab like this. But you can see, if I get it to focus in, it's not going to focus for me. That's what we're looking for. And if I can show it to you, show you an actual coin, I'll point out where the PLURA, you could actually see the BUS, I think it is. But that's what the actual coin looks like. Let's get back to going through these coins. Mike Birchman gets the next coin, so let's take a look. No, wait, Mike Birchman just got the last coin. Coin number 27 belonged to Mike Birchman. Coin number 28. Rotated die clash on maddieclashes.com. Well, I guess I better go take a look at it because that's not something I've really looked at before. So let me do this. And we'll look for that real quick. See. What kind of a clash was it? Rotated die clash? It's going to be an atypical die clash. No, need to find the listings. Not having a lot of luck because first of all, my screen's blown up. And second, I don't use this website very often. Can somebody help me? Type 2 counterclock it. Okay. Type 2 counterclock. Okay, I see what we're talking about now. You have to go here. You have to do that. There we go. Okay, this is the one we're talking about right here. What's ADCO11? Not even sure what I'd be looking for. Atypical die clash. I'm having trouble finding anything here. Small cent. ADC what? 011. I'm not sure what I'm looking for here. Their website is not easy for me to use. I don't understand it. Not easy to use at all. Can somebody help me with this? Because I have no idea what I'm looking for. Type what in search? Type 2 counterclashes. Okay. Type 2 counterclashes. We show the 1969S right here. I don't know of another. This is what it's showing you. That the pluribus unum comes through right there. And this is the bottom of the B. So here's the I, and here's part of the R. And then here's a U, N, U, M right there. Click on the link on what one? I don't know how to use this, folks. I'm sorry, I don't understand their website. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, that's what we were looking at in my slab. That's the exact same die variety. I don't know what else I would be looking for. So that's the only one I know of. But anyway. Alright, let's keep moving forward. That was an exercise in futility. I think their website is very poorly organized. Not a whole lot better or worse than mine, but poor nonetheless because I don't understand how to use it. Alright, let's see here. And this one has a little bit of machine doubling, which is machine doubling is very typical for 69 cents. 69 PD or us. Exactly why, I don't know for sure. Nice little die crack above the VDB. Yeah, but that counterclash is what I was looking for. The photos on Mad Die Clashes, I guess, were pretty good, but I don't understand navigating their website. They make it too difficult to use. Same thing for Variety Vista. They make theirs very difficult to use, too. I want to be able to go to a date and mint mark and see all the different varieties for that date and mint mark. Neither of those sites are designed to do that. Alright. Marshall gets the next coin. That's coin number 29. Let's see what we have. Oh, there's another RPM. This is a different one. And get this. Definitely an RPM. Definitely a different one from the last die we found. I think this is going to be, what was it, number 3? This could be number 1 actually, or number 4. Number 1 and number 4 are very similar to one another. This is likely one of those two. let's take a look at some marker information and see if we can find anything on these. Let's check the reverse marker and see if that die scratching is there between the E and the C of cent. Yeah, it is. So this appears, let's see, I think it appears that it's going to be RPM number 1. We'll have to check it a little carefully more later, but it appears as though that we have found RPM number 1. No, not RPM number 1. Can't be number 1. Too close to the 6. My coin is further away. I don't see anything on number 4 that tells me that's what this is. I don't see any of the markers for number 4 on this. Nope, not seeing it. It's got to be one of them, but I don't know which one. It is a pretty decent looking RPM, though. Give it that much. It is not the same as Sissy's RPM. This one is different. And that'll be for Mr. Marshall. So we got 2 RPMs out of this roll so far. Not bad at all. I would like to see better. Alright, next one out of the roll is... Yeah, folks, we got 23 people watching and only 12 likes. Hit that little thumbs up down there until it turns blue. Rudy Alfaro gets the next coin in the roll. This will be Rudy's coin. Machine doubling. Not a double die. And nothing else on the obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. And nothing there. And the next coin, we go to Ron Fry. It's coin number 31. Coin number 31 to Ron Fry. And we have here what appears to be a normal coin by the obverse. Hey, new Marshall. I think I did. If I didn't send you an invoice, I'll take care of it when we get finished with this broadcast. It's an interesting die gouge down at the bottom of the statue. There in the center. Goes through the base of the statue. That's kind of interesting. Brian Allen 69 DDO, I believe, was a 64 red or 64 red brown. Oh, there we go. Ron Fry. It's going to take the wrapper in this case. He got a wrapper earlier in the day. I think it's 2 wrappers today. 2 out of 7. And there's that one. Next up, Steve looking for silver. See what we get out of the roll for him. Just a little bit of machine doubling up high on the design. On the reverse. Nothing doing. So this one will go to Steve looking for silver. And then coin number 33 will go to Jim Fletcher. Jim Fletcher gets normal obverse, normal reverse. This is a nice red coin though. That was for Jim Fletcher. Much appreciated, Brian. Chris Rhodes. Chris Rhodes gets the next coin. Let's see what it is. Nothing on that side. And nothing there. That's coin number 34. Coin number 35. Joe McBride. Joe McBride will pick up let's see, not an RPM, not a double die, obverse, and then on the reverse looks like we're normal once again. That'll be coin number 35 for Joe McBride. What is your 69S DDO, Brian? Is that a 64 red brown? Stevie. Nothing on the obverse there. Let's take a look at the reverse and see what we come up with on the reverse. Never know what you're going to end up finding. Never ever know. That was for Stevie. Avery. I can't let you in on these, brother. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I can. I was thinking of somebody else. You're at least 18, right? And somebody else who comes around who's not 18 cannot sell to those under 18. Okay. Then that being the case, all you have to do is come to one of our Tuesday evening auctions. It starts at 8:30 Eastern Time on Tuesday evening. And sometime through the auction, I'll pull out rolls and start selling spots and rolls. I also, from time to time, will be posting rolls to purchase spots on just by commenting on our Facebook page. It's Coppercoins on Facebook. You find one of our threads, and if it's not sold out, you can comment that you want some of them. The first thing you have to do, though, is make sure that you are registered with us on YouTube to bid. And that's by sending an email to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. We'll need your YouTube screen name, your real name, and the email address that you use for PayPal invoicing. So when you do win something, or when you do buy something, we can send you an invoice for it. You guys want to see the pictures Brian sent? The 69S Counterclash. Go see if I can bring him up here real quick. Don't have him yet. Nope. Brian, I have not received any images yet. Ah, here it is. Got it. Okay. So we got a few pretty nice pictures. The 69S Counterclash. You can see over here, this right here is part of the B of pluribus. And then you can see down here there's a U, an N, a U, and an M. The M is right here. And then this right down here is part of the roof of the memorial building. But if you look carefully on an actual example, in the right light you can see there's a B there, an I here, and an R right here. So it's RIB of pluribus. And then you can see a UNUM right there. And here's another picture. This is showing the edge of the M and then the bottom of the B in pluribus. And then another picture. This is kind of upside down. You're seeing the roof of the building. And then over here should be part of a U, and it's really hard to make out on this. But basically what you're looking for is stuff where it doesn't belong. You can see stuff all through here where it doesn't belong. And then this heavy die gouge, or what appears to be a die gouge, coming out of the top of the building under the second U of Unum. That is what we're looking for. Thank you, Brian. Much appreciated, sir. Let me move on to the next coin. Joe McBride. Joe McBride. What do you get? Looking normal on the obverse so far. Just a few minor spots, a little bit of machine doubling. Machine doubling is very common on 1969S, which happens to be a bad thing for us because a lot of people come out with the assumption that they have something where they have machine doubling. They think they have a double die. A lot of people will see that machine doubling thinking they have a double die. That's coin number 39. Coin number 39 for Joe McBride. Now for coin number 40. Coin number 40 will be for Doug Reese. Here's Doug Reese's coin. Nothing there. Okay, there's nothing on the obverse. Nothing on the reverse. And that's coin number 40 for Doug Reese. Coin number 41. Also Doug Reese. I have two different RPMs in this roll, each of which we've only found one example. It is an original roll, though. I remember this die scratch a few times in this roll. We found a few different dies numerous times. Alright, next up will be Steve looking for silver. Coin number 42. And this one appears like it's going to be an RPM. Yeah, this is an RPM. There's your lower serif split, upper serif split. This one's going to be an S over S East, possibly RPM number 2. So we're going to set that one off to the side for Steve looking for silver, because that is an RPM. You got bad breath. Dog's sitting over here breathing on me. Oh, he probably wants to eat. I have to go down and feed him dinner even though I'm not eating any. Yeah, I'll probably eat something after I finish this broadcast. I may be just a little bit late to the 8 o'clock broadcast. Just a little bit. But hey, boys and girls, I've been doing this all day. Rudy Alfaro. Rudy A? What do we have for you, brother? Did I put that back? I did. I put that back. It didn't belong going back. That goes over here. 3 different RPMs out of this roll. 1 each on 3 different RPMs. Not really sure why that happened that way, but see, we've seen this die before. I know we've run into this one before. Maybe the next 1969S roll that we open, I have 1 double die obverse, 1 DDO number 2, 1 counterclash reverse. And we don't need the RPMs because we already have them now, right? Gosh, to imagine how much money a person would spend on a reveal for a roll if guaranteed there were 1 example of a $20,000, $30,000 double die in that roll. Gosh, where would we go for that? Levels of madness. It's the next coin in the roll. That one's kind of scraped up a little bit. Number 80. That's the one that got cut short. That was, gosh, what date and mint mark was that? 55S, I believe. And that got cut short because YouTube lost internet or something. I said that I would be finishing that one later on in the evening. Would let anybody know if we actually found anything in that. There hadn't been anything found up to the point that the video got cut, that the stream got cut. And I can report to you now that I didn't find anything going through the remainder of the roll. Just a bunch of nice 1955S Lincoln cents. So no, there is no continuation video. Sissy Atwell gets coin number 45. Coin number 45 right here. Okay, Sissy got both of these. There's another RPM number 3 right there. She got the first RPM number 3 I found in this roll, and now she gets this one. So there's RPM number 3 twice. Both times going to the same person. Let's just say this is our second one. This isn't the other one. This is our second one. We still have 5 coins. So that's an RPM number 3 for Sissy Atwell. J.O.B. gets the next coin. Let's take a look at what J.O.B. gets. Of course, it's not an RPM. I don't know that I have any other 1969 S bank wrapped rolls to go through right now. But if I find some, I'll bring them out. They are fun to go through. Jim Fletcher. Rather clean looking die there. No doubling there. And on the reverse, nothing there either. Got 1/4, a dateless Standing Liberty quarter. Oh, that's unusual for nowadays. I don't usually find those. See, Ron Fry. Ron Fry will get this coin. It's another one of those with the scratches up above the date. We've seen this die before for sure. It had nothing on it when we looked at it last time. And it has nothing on it looking at it this time. Hello, Bill Betts. We are 2 coins from the end of the roll, 1969S. We've got 2 examples of RPM number 3. We've got 1 each of probably RPM 1 and RPM 2. I said often when I go through 1969S original rolls, and if I do find 1 RPM, I usually, for some reason, find at least 1 other RPM in the rolls. RPMs are rather dry. They're very difficult to find. But when you do find them, they usually come in groups. I do not know why. They might have all been minted on the same day. I have no idea. And here it is, the last coin in the roll, and my bag is now empty for Steve looking for silver. And Steve, looking for silver, will get this coin. Let's see what it is. Yep. Nothing doing. It looks like we're not going to get a counter clash today. So we've got just a few RPMs. That's about it. That's about it, boys and girls. That makes us done, and for the next 30 minutes, I'll be prepping for the 1970S roll, which will open at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We have two, 1, and 1. So we have 2, 1, and 1, 4 RPMs out of this roll. And I appreciate everyone coming this evening. We do have 2 more roll reveals to do this evening, one at 8 p.m. Eastern and one at 10 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern will be a 1970S roll. 10 p.m. Eastern will be a 1999 plain roll. 1999 Philadelphia. Looking for goodies in both of those, that's for sure. 1970S, I love opening 1970S rolls. And this is it right here. 1970S roll. Comes from the same source as this 1969S roll. So, as for varieties, who knows? We could get just about anything on them. Alright, folks, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And we will be back together here in about 30 minutes. See you then.